to do is we want to try and keep those heels off the ground. It's good training to condition your calves, and you're going to get tired if you haven't done a lot of footwork training. So footwork is the key, because remember, if I'm going to go inside and hit someone, I need to use my footwork. And for me not to get hit, I need to use my footwork. So the first thing is the step. I'm going to step forward, but remember, my feet are shoulder width apart, and when I step forward, I want to land on the balls of my feet. I don't want to do a heel strike, because this is just pointless. What am I going to do with this? If I land on the ball of my foot, I can still move from here. So from the first step, I lead with my front foot, and I want to land into my stance. Same as me stepping back. Left foot forward, right foot back. Obviously, if you're southpaw, you would do the opposite. If I step to the side, it's my left foot first to the side, and then my right foot to the side. So we want to keep that balance, and we want to keep this structure. Okay? Both feet on 2 tracks, not on 1 track to get all wobbly and lose half of your weapons. That is the step. Very basic, good thing to practice it. Then we have the shuffle. Shuffle means I want to go double the distance. I'm using my back leg first, 1, 2. Then my left foot first to go backwards, 1, 2. So it's kind of like a step and drag, or drag and step. Drag and step. Drag and step. So that's footwork number 2. Footwork number 3, what we do is a pivot. If I want to pivot to this direction, to my right, my heel is off the ground of course, and I'm pivoting to a 90-degree turn. Then I can also pivot back, so you can move in a 360. However, this is a defensive pivot. If I want to be attacking more and I'm putting pressure on my opponents, I pivot on my back foot and I use my left foot. So I want to keep with them. So if they're trying to get away from me, I can stick with them and then fire my shots. That's the pivot. Number 4 is just changing your stance. So if someone's coming at me, I want to evade, I can change my stance, but make sure you land in the right stance too. And this is where it's good to be ambidextrous, where you can learn how to fight on both stances. And the same as me coming forward. If I change my stance on my opponent, their game has to change now. Their game, because it becomes tactical, right? It's all about strategies. So from one stance to the other, the whole game changes. So it's good to be ambidextrous. Number 5, I like to do is a circle. You're circling around. So imagine you're trying to get out of a situation, you manage you've got some distance, and you want to circle out. This is for self-defense if you're back against the wall and you want to circle out to get away. Or if you're against the cage or the ring, you want to control the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead with my left foot. I do not want to cross my feet over at any time, and I don't want to bring my feet too close, because this is where I'm vulnerable, especially if they're coming for the attack. So I am just shuffling on the balls of my feet. And when I change direction, it's my right foot that's leading. So it's just small movements. We never want to do big drastic movements, because we're going to lose balance and it takes longer to recover. Number 6 is one of my favorites. It's a nice sneaky attack. It's called an L step or an L shuffle. Other schools will have different names for it. I drag my left foot back, my right foot comes to the side, and my left foot pops up. It's better in a flow. So here, 1, 2, 3. 3 movements. Again, 1, 2, 3. So for example, I could get away from someone and then I come back in on a different angle. Could also be the same for a kick or just to get out. Number 7 is now we're starting to work a little bit more of the switch. A switch kick is obviously me wanting to load my left foot to have more power generated from my kick. So we can switch on the spot. When I switch on the spot, even though in my orthodox stance, my right foot is facing 2 o'clock. So when I switch, I still want that to be facing 2 o'clock. So my hip's open. So when I decide to knee or kick, my hip can come over. The switch can mean I could go forward. So from this angle here, you can see that I can also switch forward. At the same time, I've got pressure on me, or someone's going for a straight right hand maybe, I can switch backwards. I can also switch to the left. Someone's trying to get away from me, I can keep up with them. Even to the right. And once again, everything I just showed, practice it on both stances. Now the key is once you've done that, you want to try and blend the footwork together. Just like a little dance. You can spend like 2 minutes or 3 minutes in a round just working footwork. You can't stay in the spot for too long. So for example, I might do shuffle forward, step back, step to the left, pivot, L step, circle around, switch, shuffle back. All I'm doing now is I'm blending the footwork so it becomes more of a dance and become a little bit more harder to catch because you're becoming a little bit more evasive and elusive with your footwork. Thank you very much, and that's footwork and stance.